Welcome back to Cozy English Podcast. I'm your host, Melody.
And I'm Avery. It's so good to be back with all of you.
It really is. So, Avery, I have a question for you and for our listeners today. We all know that healthy food is good for us, but why is junk food so hard to resist?
Oh, that is the big question, isn't it? If I knew the answer to that, I'd probably still eat French fries. It's just so delicious.
Exactly. It's this constant battle. So, let me ask you directly. Do you eat healthy?
I try to. I really do. I'd say about 80% of the time, I'm pretty good. I eat vegetables, I cook my own meals, but that other 20%, that's when the pizza and ice cream happen.
I think that's a pretty good balance. It's relatable. What about you, listeners? Are you a healthy eater? What's your favorite unhealthy food, Avery? You mentioned fries. Is that your number one?
Oh, without a doubt. Hot, salty, crispy French fries. I can't say no. What about you, Melody? What's your weakness?
For me, it has to be a really good, rich chocolate cake. It's my ultimate comfort food. And that's what leads us into our topic for today.
That's right. Today we're talking all about healthy and unhealthy food. We'll cover some useful vocabulary, talk about our own habits, and discuss how to find a good balance.
It's going to be a delicious conversation, so let's get started.
All right, before we dive into the deep discussion, let's warm up with some essential vocabulary. It's always good to make sure we're all on the same page.
Definitely. Let's start with the good stuff. Healthy food vocabulary. First up, we have vegetables. These are plants or parts of plants that we eat.
Right, like broccoli, carrots, spinach, and bell peppers. Doctors always say you should eat your vegetables.
Next, we have fruit. Fruit is the sweet, fleshy part of a tree or plant that contains seeds. Think of things like apples, bananas, strawberries, and oranges.
Yeah, fruit is like nature's candy, a great healthy snack.
It really is. A very common healthy meal is a salad. A salad is usually a mix of raw vegetables like lettuce, tomatoes, and cucumbers, often with a dressing.
And to make a salad a full meal, you often add some protein. Protein is a substance found in food like meat, fish, eggs, and beans. It's very important for building strong muscles.
Right. So you could have a salad with some grilled chicken, which is a great source of protein. Okay, so that's some healthy vocabulary. Now for the more tempting words. Let's talk about unhealthy food.
Let's do it. First on the list is fast food. This is food that is prepared and served very quickly, usually in places like McDonald's or Burger King. Think burgers and fries.
And with fast food, people often drink soda. Soda is a sweet carbonated drink, also called a soft drink, like Coca-Cola or Pepsi.
Yep, and for snacks, a very popular unhealthy option is chips. These are thin slices of potato that are fried until they're crispy. They're usually very salty.
And of course, for a sweet treat, we have candy. This is a general word for sweets, like chocolate bars, gummies, or lollipops.
Okay, that covers the basic food groups, both good and not so good. Now let's look at some adjectives we can use to describe them.
The most important two are pretty obvious: healthy and unhealthy. Healthy means good for your body. For example, salad is healthy. Unhealthy means bad for your body, especially if you eat a lot of it.
Exactly. You could say burgers are delicious but unhealthy.
Another great adjective, usually for healthy food, is fresh. Fresh means recently picked or made. It's not old or frozen. For example, I love the taste of fresh strawberries.
On the other hand, a word we often use for unhealthy food is greasy. Greasy means it has a lot of oil or fat. You could say, this pizza is very greasy.
And finally, a word for both healthy and unhealthy food is sweet. This describes the taste of sugar. For example, this candy is very sweet. Or, this mango is perfectly sweet.
Great list. So we have vegetables, fruit, salad, and protein on the healthy side, and fast food, soda, chips, and candy on the unhealthy side, plus some great adjectives. Now we can really get into the conversation.
Let's do it. So, Avery, let's get personal. We touched on this at the beginning, but do you really try to eat healthy on a daily basis? What does a normal day of eating look like for you?
Yeah, I really do try. For me, the biggest strategy is that I cook at home. If I don't plan my meals, I'm much more likely to just grab some fast food because it's easy. So on a good day, I'll have oatmeal for breakfast, a big salad with chicken for lunch, and maybe some fish with vegetables for dinner.
Oh, definitely. When you cook for yourself, you know exactly what's in your food. You control the amount of salt, sugar, and oil. When you eat out, even something that seems healthy can have a lot of hidden, unhealthy ingredients.
Exactly. The sauces and dressings are where they get you.
Totally. I find that my energy levels are so connected to what I eat. And for me, that's also connected to exercise.
100%. If I eat a heavy, greasy lunch, I have zero energy to go for a run or to the gym later. I just feel so heavy and slow.
It's that sluggish feeling. It's so real. When I have a good, balanced lunch with lots of fresh vegetables, I feel light and energetic in the afternoon. I can focus on my work. But if I have, say, a huge bowl of pasta with a creamy sauce,
You just want to take a nap under your desk.
yes, that's exactly it. It's amazing how directly food impacts our mood and energy. It's not just about our physical health in the long term, it's about how we feel right now, today.
That's such a good point. It's an immediate effect. What about challenges, though? What makes it hard for you to eat healthy sometimes?
For me, it's time. When I have a really busy day, the last thing I want to do when I get home is wash and chop a bunch of vegetables. That's when ordering a pizza is so tempting.
Right, convenience is a huge factor. That's why I find meal prepping on a Sunday can be a lifesaver. If I have healthy meals already cooked and in the fridge, it's just as easy as ordering takeout.
That's a great habit. Another simple habit that I find helpful is just drinking more water. Sometimes when I think I'm hungry for a snack, I'm actually just thirsty. A big glass of water can make that craving go away.
Totally. And keeping healthy snacks around. If I have apples and nuts on my desk, I'll eat those. If I have a bag of chips, I'll eat the chips. It's about making the healthy choice the easy choice.
That's it. It's all about creating good habits and a supportive environment for yourself.
Okay, we've talked about being good and all our healthy habits, but now let's talk about temptation, the fun stuff. Let's talk about junk food.
Yes, I'm ready. The other side of the coin.
So, Melody, what are your biggest junk food cravings? We know you love chocolate cake, but is there anything else that you find really hard to resist?
Oh, for me, besides cake, it has to be pizza. Specifically, a hot, cheesy pizza with lots of toppings on a Friday night after a long week. To me, that just says, relax, the weekend is here. It's more than just food, it's a feeling.
I completely get that. It's a reward. For me, with my French fries, it's the combination of the saltiness and the crunchy texture. It's just so satisfying. There's a reason these foods are so popular, right? They are designed to be irresistible.
That's so true. The combination of salt, fat, and sugar in many junk foods is something that our brains are naturally drawn to. It's not a lack of willpower, it's biology.
Do you ever find that you eat unhealthy food based on your mood? This is something I've noticed about myself. If I've had a really stressful day at work, I'm much more likely to order a greasy burger than to cook a healthy meal.
100%. That's called emotional eating, and it's so common. We call it comfort food for a reason. When you're sad or stressed, a warm bowl of macaroni and cheese or a slice of cake can feel like a hug. It provides temporary comfort.
A hug in a bowl. I like that. But the problem is, afterwards, you can often feel worse. You have the sluggish feeling we talked about, and maybe you feel a little guilty.
Exactly, which is why balance is so important. I think the idea of a cheat day or a cheat meal can be really helpful for some people. It's the idea that you eat healthy most of the time, but you allow yourself one meal a week to eat whatever you want.
Right. That way, you don't feel deprived. If you tell yourself, I can never have pizza again, then of course, pizza's all you're gonna think about. But if you say, I'll have pizza on Friday night, it's easier to eat salad on Tuesday.
That brings up another interesting point, though. So much of our food experience is social. Think about birthday parties, holidays, or just going out with friends. It's almost always centered around food, and often it's not the healthiest food.
That's so true. It can be hard to be the only one ordering a salad when everyone else is getting burgers and milkshakes. There's a social pressure, even if it's unspoken. You don't want to seem like you're judging their choices or that you're no fun.
Exactly. By the end of the week, I felt so tired and bloated. I was actually craving a simple salad. My body was telling me it needed nutrients. It was a good reminder that while those foods are fun, they don't make you feel good in the long run.
That's a great story. It really shows that eating healthy isn't about punishment, it's about feeling your best.
So, after all this talk, what's our final verdict? What are our big opinions, and what advice can we give our listeners who are trying to find that balance?
Okay, I think my main opinion is that old saying, everything is okay in moderation. I truly believe that. I don't think any food is evil. It's about the quantity and the frequency. A little bit of chocolate can be a nice treat. A giant bar every day is probably not a good idea.
hmm I completely agree. Restricting yourself too much is a recipe for disaster. It can make you obsessed with the food you're trying to avoid. My main opinion is that people should be more aware of hidden sugars. We all know that too much sugar is bad, but we usually only think of candy or soda.
That is a fantastic point. Sugar is in so many things you wouldn't expect, like bread, pasta sauce, yogurt, and even salad dressings. Reading the nutrition labels on your food can be a real eye-opener.
Right, so for some simple, actionable advice, a great first step could be to just look at what you drink. If you drink a lot of soda or sugary juices, try swapping one of those each day for a glass of water.
That's a perfect piece of advice. It's small, it's manageable, and it can make a big difference. Another piece of advice is to try adding, not subtracting. Instead of saying, I can't have chips, say, I'm going to add a side of carrots to my lunch.
Oh, I love that mindset shift. It's positive instead of negative. Focus on adding more good stuff, and the unhealthy stuff might naturally reduce.
And my final piece of advice would be don't be too hard on yourself. Healthy eating is a journey, not a destination. If you have a piece of cake at a birthday party, enjoy it. Don't feel guilty. Just get back to your normal healthy routine at your next meal.
That is the best advice. It's about creating a sustainable lifestyle, not following a perfect, strict diet. It's about feeling good, having energy, and enjoying food, both healthy and unhealthy, in a balanced way.
Okay, now it's your turn to practice, listeners. We've done a lot of talking, and now we want you to use some of the English we discussed today.
Yes, this is a great way to improve. Let's start with something simple. If you can, look around your kitchen or think about what's in your fridge. Find one healthy food, like a fruit or a vegetable.
Now, try to describe it in one simple English sentence. For example, this banana is yellow and sweet. Or, these carrots are orange and crunchy. We'll give you a moment to think or say it out loud.
Great job. Okay, for our next practice, let's think about your eating habits. Try to complete this sentence. I try to eat.
For example, you could say, I try to eat a healthy breakfast every day. Or, I try to eat more vegetables. It's your turn.
Fantastic. Last one. This time, we're going to compare two different foods using the adjectives we learned. Think about one healthy food and one unhealthy food.
For example, an apple is healthier than a candy bar, or pizza is greasier than a salad. Now you try to make a comparison.
Excellent work. Remember, practicing speaking, even just by yourself, is so important for building your confidence in English.
All right, that's almost all the time we have for today's episode. Before we go, let's do a quick recap of the main points.
Today, we talked all about healthy food, like vegetables and fruit, and how it can make us feel energetic. We used sentences like, I try to cook at home to be healthy.
Right, and we also talked about our favorite unhealthy foods and why they're so tempting. We used the sentence starter, my favorite unhealthy food is. Remember I said mine was French fries?
And mine is chocolate cake, which brings us to our question for you, our wonderful listeners.
Yes, we want to hear from you. Write in the comments on our website or on our social media channels, what unhealthy food do you love?
We can't wait to read your answers. It's always so fun to see what everyone enjoys.
And of course, if you enjoyed this conversation and found it helpful for your English learning, please don't forget to subscribe and share this episode with a friend.
It really helps our podcast grow and reach more learners like you. Thank you so much for listening to Cozy English Podcast. We'll talk to you next time. Bye.
Bye, everyone. Eat well.